Good afternoon, you're very welcome to Donnybrook for the final of the Ulster Bank All-Ireland Junior Cup. Being contested this afternoon between Enniscorthy and Ashbourne. The conditions are dry, pretty cold, especially up here in the gantry. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's nothing too drastic, so set fair for a good game here today. There's been a late change on the Enniscorthy team. Fullback Ross Barber has been fighting a calf injury all week and just in the last few minutes didn't make it. So he's replaced by Arthur Dunn. Normally a full scrum half, but versatile, as they say. So Ashbourne taking ball into contact just outside their 22. Looking down the short side, that's gone a bit loose. Well taken there by Evan Lett. The first turnover ball. Favourites today on paper will be Enniscorthy. They've beaten Ashbourne twice this season and are ahead of them by about 22 points in the Leinster Junior A1 League. Having said that, in the second of those matches this year, Ashbourne were 19 points up at half time, so they will have some belief sustained by that. I'm joined in the gantry by Bill Dunn from Ashbourne and by Liam Spratt from Enniscorthy as referee Robert O'Sullivan gives a penalty first in the match to Enniscorthy, kickable position. I'll go to you, Bill, first. If Ashbourne are going to win today, how is it going to happen?
Well, we have to negate the back line in Enniscorthy. I mean, even though they're missing a couple of guys, they have more pace out there throughout the year. That's how they've scored against us. And we have to stop giving away ball like we did just there now. But look, it's early days yet. I expect Ivan to put this over. Fantastic player, and he's one of the guys we have to close down as well too, because if he gets going in his game, he could beat us by himself, if you know what I mean. That's
Ivan Poole, the out half for Enniscorthy. I'm joined as well by Liam Spratt from Enniscorthy and South East Radio, who's very familiar with these teams. Ivan Poole is a bit of a legend of the game in Enniscorthy. He's been playing out half for about 10 years or so there.
Yeah, he's an experienced player and a very good kicker of the ball. Well, we'll see now. I hope I don't put the commentators' blight on him. That has tailed a little bit to the left. It has tailed a little bit of a breeze there, isn't there?
That's entirely your fault.
Yeah, entirely my fault. Don't tell him.
I'm just looking at the flags. The flags are fairly still, but there's a bit of a breeze there today. All right. So that's dropped out long by Adam Martin. Oh, nearly charged down there by David O'Dwyer, and that's very well taken. Nick Doyle getting in on the tackle there. That's a super ball. Put Ashbourne on the front foot. Gavin Kennedy, the captain of Ashbourne there, with a very well judged kick. It's the first liner of the match on the 22. Enniscorthy are coached by Declan O'Brien, who's very well known from having played for Leinster about 46 times. And that's Rob there at the tail of the line out there by Ashbourne. So first real attacking position in the game. Donald Crotty. And that's the powerful Casey Dunn there. Gavin Kennedy again, Donald Crotty. And that's good pressure in the centre from Enniscorthy. But Adam Martin, who's played a bit in his day, he was at Northampton Academy when he was younger. Donald Crotty looking for the outside break there. Well tackled though by David Murphy. Oh, and that's knocked on by James McCahey. So we'll come back for the scrum. The first scrum of the game be interesting, as Bill is just saying. What are you expecting here?
Well, I think one of the things, I think Liam will agree with me. I mean, we've been probably had the upper hand in the scrums up to now in the meetings over the last couple of years. But look, it's on the day. Plus, we're playing on the 3G surface, and it'll be interesting to see, and I think it'll set a tone for the rest of the game.
In theory, Ashbourne have a bit of an advantage because they have a 3G Surfers back at home, but that's rented out to Drogheda.
No advantage.
But actually, in practice, the thinking would be that it will suit the pacey Enniscorthy backs. Because you don't really play matches on it.
No, we haven't played a game at all in the league on the 3G pitch at all. In fact, we play very little for it.
And that's a smash and scrum from Ashbourne, worrying for Enniscorthy. Turnover ball. Liam, worrying first signs there?
Well, funny enough, they played Gorey in the league last year, and Gorey are very strong up front, and Enniscorthy pushed them all over the field. I wouldn't worry. They're a very fit team, and Bill will remember, I don't like reminding, but in the league, Ashbourne dominated, led 19-3 at half time in Enniscorthy, but Enniscorthy turned it on in the second half, and basically Enniscorthy won because they took on Ashbourne up front in that second period. But Enniscorthy, you spoke about their backs, they are missing a few. Killian Lett today, Ross Barber will be two major losses in the backs today, to be fair.
And that's a free kick taken quickly there by Ashbourne. Jake Wall taking that on. Gavin Kennedy pops to James McCahey. Kennedy again, just testing the fringe defence. And that's very slow ball. Didn't score. They do well to slow that up. But taken on a bit in the end there by Jeff Mann. He's a bit of the legend of the game in Ashbourne. Arthur Dunn getting hands on the ball there. That's a good tackle, but we're going to come back for a penalty. That's a high tackle. New rules been applied. Taken quickly, and there's going to be a bit of a chat here. I thought he was reaching for the pocket. He is. And that's Paddy Waters going off for a 10-minute break. The tap is taken quickly, and he intent on stopping it before he got any momentum.
It's been a feature of the play all year. I mean, the team tries to play a hurry-up game, coming off number 8 or off number 9, and trying to make ground that way. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think it was that deliberate in it. I think it was just unfortunate. But these things happen in the game, if you know.
Paddy Waters. That's a benign view of it. I thought it looked fairly deliberate. But you've been very pleasant up here. But the second half, you'll be giving out yards.
Well, I don't want Liam to come after me and say something else, so I'm just being nice.
This will never last.
I actually think that there's too many sin binnings today in the game. I think it's very quick, and I'm not defending Paddy. I'm just saying in general, my reading of it in the last year particularly.
Well, I think there's too much time spent on TV match official reviews that slow down the game. So the team that's trying to play fast, up-tempo rugby suffers as a result.
Correct. And then Gavin tries this kick.
That's a good strike by Gavin Kennedy. Support Ashbourne 3-0 ahead. So Ivan Poole to restart. Early days, but encouragement signs there for Ashbourne. That's bouncing will be cleared now to touch. And touch is found just on the 10-metre line. Pretty decent crowd here today. It's all down one end because there's only one gate open, so it might sound a bit unbalanced.
But it's great. I mean, for both clubs. I mean, I think both brought a lot of youth players and minis players here. It's kind of like it's a great day out for both clubs, and it's great to see what the work Ulster Bank has done to put into this and to encourage us all to make a day out of it.
Absolutely, and two of the big boys of the junior game, Enniscorthy, certainly they've won. They're actually looking to top the roll of honour for the Junior Cup if they win today. They've won this twice before. Dundalk have Tullamore have 3. I'm making them. Oh, crooked in. And Enniscorthy are defending champions here.
Yeah.
Do you need just share that one?
Yeah. So I'll have to break away.
Yeah. So number 18, Tony White, coming on due to Paddy Waters having gone off. He's 20 years of age, and he's a well-built unit, it has to be said.
His brother played under 18s for Ireland, Jim on the wing. Scored a try against Italy in Italy, under 18 level.
Right. His brother,
he's built differently.
His brother's the quicker of the two. So, planned move off the base there. Sends Adam Martin up the centre. Gavin Kennedy, that's a nice little pop ball, and again popped out of the tackle. It's a good play from Ashbourne. Gavin Kennedy again probing that kick in behind, and that's a tricky one. But solidly defended. That's a good clearing kick there
From
Ivan Jacob. Ivan Jacob's the top try scorer with Enniscorthy, and a bit of a flyer.
He's Greg's first cousin, and Greg, of course, is a brother of jockey Darrell Jacob. Actually, there was an incident a couple of years ago where Darrell won the Grand National entry, and the following day Alan, his other brother, won the Towns Cup with Enniscorthy. So it's a great weekend for him.
Yeah.
And Darrell actually got over in time for the Towns Cup,
Brilliant.
having won the Grand National.
I won't even try and compete with these facts.
There's no horses today, Bill, it's okay.
2 to 1 the field.
There's been no Oscar winning movies filmed in Ashbourne either recently, is there?
No.
But if they keep this up, there might be a Junior Cup for them today.
Very long way to go yet. And as was pointed out and reminded of the 19-3 lead at half-time in Enniscorthy earlier on this season, I will definitely not be saying anything.
Well, that certainly will check the expectations through the first half. But an opportunity here for Gavin Kennedy to make it 6-0 after just 12 minutes.
That's his nephew bringing him out the kick and tee.
Oh.
There's my facts. Ethan.
Impressive knowledge, lads. They're very. I was struck in doing my research for this at how local the two teams are. Enniscorthy in particular, which is all the players are local to Enniscorthy, you were saying.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to coach some of them actually. I'm not bragging or anything, but we were lucky enough to be here.
And he's off.
We were lucky enough to be here. Some of the team won an under 19 cup here, and one under 16 cup here. So that time we were playing on sand here at that stage of the year. So it's nice to see a nice playing surface.
The Donnybrook Desert.
Yeah. Another fine strike from Gavin Kennedy. That's 2 penalties to 6-0 to Ashbourne.
On his day, Gavin is an excellent kicker. He's like you talk about but through the ranks. His father's down there on the sideline. He was reared in the club, and it's great to see it, you know.
So it has got to get their game going as yet. Ivan Poole kicks deep. Taken by
Donald Crotty. Yeah.
Fine clearing kick, that is. That's a big ball.
Yeah.
Fine in touch, just 10 metres outside the 22.
Donald is just back after being out for a year. He tore his Achilles, and in fairness, he rehabbed, and we actually delighted to see him back. His first game was just literally after Christmas, and he brings a new experienced head in the back line.
So taken in the middle there by Enniscorthy. Ivan Poole again, favouring the boot here. That's a tricky kick, and that's
Fine
with
kick.
the sun in his eye. That was very difficult for Casey Dunn there.
Or as he's known to his friends as Dunner.
There's a bit of a case there of the 2 out halves. I'll see your 40-metre raking kick, and I'll raise you 10.
Took the line out quickly. Ashbourne took a quick line out to Gavin Kennedy, and it was good thinking probably to get them out of trouble.
Oh, and that's bouncing around the place. It's a tricky ball. And well done in the end by Arthur Dunn. Casey Dunn with the
Off the foot.
good run. Off the feet, referee plays on. Good counter ruck in there by Ashbourne. Alan Wall taking the ball on in hand there well. Penalty just coming in over the ball there by Enniscorthy. And early signs that Enniscorthy's discipline struggling with it. One man in the bin still, and that's several penalties.
Yeah, but
referee Robert O'Sullivan going to have a chat with Captain Daniel Pym.
Yeah, I mean it's a big occasion for both teams, and I would imagine losing Ross just before the game has put a bit of. I'm sure they knew he was probably 50-50, but still, no. When two of your main players are not in your backline, it probably causes a bit of uncertainty in the backline.
Well, he is. He's also the backs coach for Enniscorthy, so he's a very senior figure.
Absolutely. We all know Ross very well. He's a great servant to Enniscorthy rugby for many years.
So penalty taking the touch. I have to say he was a little less ambitious than he might have been with that one.
I suppose that we've seen in all international games and things, make sure your touch is probably the key rather than taking that chance for an extra yard.
So
just James Rooney.
So Kennedy, and that's it's really strong there. Driving, turns the turnover. That young fella is very strong.
Yeah, Tony White. Yeah, he got a drive on the player going backwards, and he took advantage. Yeah.
I suppose the other way of looking at it as well, too, in fairness to Jimmy, is Jimmy McGahey. He wasn't going to take a chance and just throwing the ball out, and obviously he was sent backwards for the pleasure of it,
Sorry, Bill. Paddy Waters back on.
Yeah.
From the sin bin.
I let you talk. Don't worry.
That was a fair old, a nice little cameo there from James White.
He'll be able to take a breather now. And
You didn't let the side down. That's one thing for sure.
That's for sure. So Evan led to feed this scrum. Again, Ashbourne get a drive on. Not quite gone the 90 yet. The referee plays on, but now penalises for wheeling the scrum. Driving at an angle.
It's very hard for a team when the momentum is on not to do that, isn't it? There's some rules that.
That's Mitchell O'Mara, yeah.
Mitchell O'Mara misfielded it there.
Difficult because to be honest, he's hardly been in the game, and it's hard when your first moment is a tricky enough kick there.
It was, yeah. And unfortunately, we now have to defend.
So, Enniscorthy's first real attacking position. Nicely popped to Thomas Stamp. Enniscorthy just a matter of a couple of metres out now. Ivan Poole checks inside, well taken by the Ashbourne defence.
In trouble here.
Clever that as Ashbourne defence was going back out wide. Cut back. Again, they're signalling for numbers, but that's going to be tied in. And that's the first score. Angelo Tedesco gets the first score for Enniscorthy. And it's, as we said, it's a heavy price to pay for Mitchell O'Mara's unfortunate stopping of that ball.
Always important to defend over a ruck as well too, and he just came through the middle of it. But it was a great try, and game on.
So that's the phony war over.
It's very hard to stop that, isn't it? It's very hard to stop that.
But they were panning out wide rather than defending the ruck, so in a sense that.
Yeah, there were fellows signaling for support out wide, but they just didn't mind the house in tight.
Absolutely.
And in fairness, that it was the long throw out at the back which worked and create that greater space. It was off the top, it was quick, and that probably did more than anything to create the try.
Right. Thomas Stamp coming around off the tail was well worked. And that's Ivan Poole popping the conversion over. So Enniscorthy sneak into the lead, 7 points to 6 after just close on 20 minutes.
It coincided with Paddy Waters coming back on the field, being up to 15 men too.
Indeed, but it also shows the importance of fielding the high ball in the game.
Yes, it does.
The ground we lost.
Paddy Waters will claim the credit for that, will he?
Yeah, it depends on the result of the game.
So well fielded there by Enniscorthy and Evan Lett. Kick slam. That's well taken this time. Ashbourne don't have the numbers out wide, so take it up the middle.
Sean Kent set it
Sean
up.
Kent, yeah.
Jeff Mann.
Jeff Mann's an interesting character, Bill. You were saying he's very much the heart and soul of the club.
He is. I mean, it's you used the word earlier on as a legend, and that's very much what he is. I think I mentioned it before, like himself and the 46A bus have a lot in common. The number. I mean,
what age is he now, Bill?
46.
46, yeah.
And still playing.
I was talking to Spud Murphy, the Enniscorthy director of coaching, just beforehand, and he was saying that he coached him about 20 years ago.
Absolutely, yeah. Jeff first played on the Ashbourne team at 17 years of age, many years ago. I was even playing. So you don't get players like that anymore.
That's going to be a penalty for holding on after the tackle. Enniscorthy very sharp in there into the jackal position.
You have to have a sympathy for a player in that situation. Gavin really couldn't, he
couldn't get out of it.
Couldn't get out of it. I suppose there are the rules, but you would have to have a little bit of sympathy for a player in that situation.
I suppose in the end of the day, the law is the law, and that's what the referee is there to enforce it, And but you're right, Liam, it's very unfortunate sometimes you can get stuck under it. But Enniscorthy are going to try and repeat what they did a few minutes ago now again.
Yeah, good ball up the line there from Ivan Poole. So we'll see if they go to the tail and use Thomas Stamp again coming around.
Hopefully, and Ashbourne have learned from that.
He's affectionately known as Badger. Thomas Stamp. Don't ask me where he got that from. He's to be a Badger.
I was going to ask if you're allowed to tell the reason for that on national.
That was a steal by Conor
That's
Hurley.
A good steal, yeah.
Good steal. Full throw.
Gavin Kennedy puts up a good box ball. It's a great looking chase. Very well defended there by Ivan Jacob. Under serious pressure. That's a little dink in behind. Oh, that might be offside. It's a knock on. Crowd getting into it, as you can hear.
I know, Bill, that you and me are around a long time, but the pace that the game has been played at now, junior rugby, it's a credit to the game, actually.
It is, yeah. And the fitness levels, I mean, they're all amateurs, they're all working every day of the week, and they come out and they put this in. And if you think about it, Liam, the workload that the two teams have had on this season, being in the Junior Cup, the 4 bye weeks we've been playing matches, and in fairness to the quality, the fitness of the players, and you're on a surface like this, and you have to be fit.
It's
much quicker game.
The way the standards improved at junior level.
I know I'd have needed a bicycle if we were playing now to keep up.
Well, certainly this pitch is it's extremely quick.
I hope it's Gavin. I hope he's okay. Scrum half. Just the way he fell on the ground, he hit his neck, but obviously make sure he's okay before he goes.
He's sitting up anyway, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
I have to say, lads, I thought that was a penalty because it was knock on and was played by the Ashbourne player coming back ahead of the fellow that knocked it on. So
I couldn't comment. Can we get the TMO on that one?
Yeah.
I'm sure John could organise that.
Chat with the Enniscorthy captain and Ashbourne.
I think he's basically asking him to keep the scrum up and scrummy straight.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
In fairness, there's been a few scrums already, and there's been issues with all of them nearly. It's good to see Gavin back out there anyway.
So Evan had to feed this. They're missing his brother Killian, who is a fine player, formerly of Clontarf and Irish schoolboy. I think
he's in Argentina on holidays. Would you believe it? And actually, he played a played with the Irish under-20 team in Argentina some years ago when he was on.
But he also played in the Irish club side. He's in the Irish clubs international as well.
Yeah,
And he's Clontarf famed. He's a quality player.
You don't have that same charter that was the Dublin GAA club. What was it? St Andrews or one of them that went public, where part of the deal was you signed up to not taking your holidays during the season.
No.
Well, I couldn't comment on that in the sense that it's a lifestyle challenge now, I think, for all players.
It is. The demands are huge. Again, it's a messy scrum, and Enniscorthy have done very well to get that away. It was Daniel Pym taking that one into contact. Contested there on the ground well, but good clear out. Is that Thomas Stamp again? Carrying. Enniscorthy have yet to really start going wide. I was expecting a bit more of that.
Yeah, it depends on the way the game pans out. You know, they are trying to move it wide, but I suppose you have to get good phase ball to eventually get it out there.
There you go, they did it there. First time in the wing.
I was just saying Daniel Pym's uncle would have played for Leinster. Chris Pym would have played. I'm not sure how many caps he has for Leinster, but he has a lot anyway.
I would have played. Let's come back to my time. I would have played against Chris today.
And you were younger than me and Bill.
Significantly, lads.
Well, I was 40 last year, weren't you? 40 plus.
I was hoping age wouldn't come into this.
Yeah.
Chris was a fine player, and
I wouldn't know who he was. Sorry, apologies. Before my time, you know. Blonde hair, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him. Alright, fine player as well. Actually, is this his club? Was this his club?
This is his club, yeah.
Wesley, yeah. On that end of it.
Actually, Old Wesley are celebrating their 125th anniversary on the 18th of March.
Impressive knowledge.
Old Wesley, yeah.
Yeah. And
a fine new club has.
The
I
facilities
played
are
under
fantastic.
13s about 40 years ago.
You did?
I did, yeah. I think it was a 12 to 13 team. They had so many teams that time, and it just shows you.
Only 40 years ago?
Yeah.
I didn't say any more.
Thanks, Bill.
No problem.
Right, lads, back to the match.
Yeah, the game's just resetting the scrum, and you are getting the scrum set up. This so far has been the messiest part of the game, really, hasn't it? The scrum.
It has, but it's been messy in Ashbourne's favour, really. They've been disrupting quite a bit of Enniscorthy ball.
Yeah.
I think the referee has a big bearing in the way the scrums will work out.
Well, he's had a big bearing there because he's just given a free kick to Enniscorthy for, I think, an early
engagement.
Again, Thomas Stamp taking ball on. And this time, Ashbourne get in the jackal position, and that's Jeff Mahan does very well there.
Yeah.
He held on to the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
It's very unusual to see a player who's only ever played for one club, really, and that's Jeff.
Yeah.
You know, and as I said, he's playing 30 years. You know,
and a fair few comebacks within that time, I believe.
Absolutely.
And to be fair to Ashbourne, the rise that the club has made, Bill, because you remember the days when it was struggling as a a small club.
Absolutely. I've been in the club now since 1979 myself, and I've seen many changes over it, but it's since the 90s where we kind of got our act together, and I suppose then the noughties where we started redeveloping the place. But it was all about
increasing population as well.
Increasing population, but also trying to make the facilities that players want to come and play rugby.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a great sport.
That was a nice little bit of play there where Gavin Kennedy just dummied that and took it on because the flanker had blocked the space for the pass very well. We're no strangers to Ashbourne from the women's game where we've been broadcasting for the last number of years, and they're fantastic facilities.
Yeah. No, it's it's there for its community. It's there for the community of rugby and community of all sports and that kind of stuff. And but it's enjoyable surface to play, and every player I meet tells me it's a great place to play. So that's what it's all about. And
again, they're just on that. I mean, they're two very much community clubs, these,
absolutely,
which are perfect models of what the junior game is about, really.
Correct.
Oh, that's brilliant play there by Nick Doyle.
Somebody's down injured there.
Played with the Wexford minor footballers last year. He's only just gone 19.
James Rooney's down.
Yeah, he's a fine prospect. He's certainly very good with ball in hand.
He actually, at underage, played out half and played in the centre, would you believe it? He only switched to the forwards very late.
Again, Enniscorthy on the front foot.
Good feeling there.
Taken by Thomas Stamp.
Actually, on this surface, there is a better bounce. You know, there's a better bounce for if you run onto a ball. More consistent bounce, yeah.
But
it certainly helped Thomas Stamp that time.
Yeah. No, he's having a big influence in the game.
He certainly is, yeah. He's very good around the park. He's the last 10 minutes or so has really all been in the Ashbourne half, without necessarily just the one try scoring opportunity, but Enniscorthy are certainly applying more pressure now.
You know, when you look at the game, lost a scrum, penalised for a scrum, knock on the ball, you know, it's amazing the things that can change a game.
True enough.
So dramatically, and that effectively has changed the complexion of the game.
Yeah. James Rooney's receiving treatment there.
Apparently the devil's in the detail.
Absolutely.
So they say. You're talking about Enniscorthy, you know, it's an old club, 1912.
Correct. Yeah.
They won senior cups in the 20s, won 3 senior cups in the 20s.
Yeah.
And
they were one of the original winners of the provincial,
they were original winners of the Towns Cup as well. Yeah.
Before it changed to the Towns Cup, provincial Towns Cup. Yeah.
It was. So it's a traditional. There has been great tradition in the club, and they've managed to maintain that. But there's always been a philosophy in the club. I'm involved in a long time. That the philosophy is to run the ball. It was always the philosophy that was, and it's still to this day.
But Liam, you know the great thing about this tournament is kind of like it takes us out of our comfort zone in the Leinster League and lets us go and play other people and that kind of stuff. And it's been great for the club.
Yeah, but what it has proven too, the strength of Leinster
rugby,
junior rugby.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, and.
Watching from Thailand,
we have a great little bit of feedback on YouTube. Aidan Murphy is watching this match from Thailand. Would you remember him, Liam? He played for Enniscorthy. He's from the town.
Aidan Murphy, I remember. Yeah, I know Aidan. Yeah, he's still young enough to play. Aidan, good player.
Well, Towns Cup's coming up soon, so get his boots on and get him back.
Well, hold on. Well, Sport Murphy's still playing. He must be 55.
At least.
So.
At least. And he still looks fit.
You remember he said one night to us, we were doing lineouts, he said, you know, if I had been able to, somebody said to him, you had been able to throw the ball in the lineouts, would you have got more than one cap? And it's true.
Oh, well, I'll tell you.
He often said it himself, actually.
Well, I'll tell you a story he told me years back. I used to play with Spud in Greystones. And he said, do you know who picked him? Was Kieran Fitzgerald. And he picked it to play against Australia. And he was delighted that Fitzy was the coach because he figured, well, he'll look after me. He's a hooker. He knows now the whole me throwing situation because he was an incredible player around the park.
Absolutely.
But the Achilles heel was definitely the thrown in. And anyway, no real chat during the week at all. No contact from Fitzy. And they're in the team meeting, literally about to go out on the pitch, and it's blowing an absolute gale. And Fitzy says, right, we're going to attack them off the tail, pop ball, so we're going to throw everything to the tail of the line out. And Spuddy just looks at him.
That's a great take by Conor Hurley in the line out, and Donald Crotty took it up, and Gavin's just put it down the 22.
Very clever kick there from Gavin Kennedy. He's some very intelligent kicks throughout this game.
Yeah. Well, Gavin left us for a while and went to Boyne and played in the AIL, and he actually played part of the time there as out half as well. So
he's a very versatile player.
Very versatile.
I've seen him play out half.
But he's been part of the Leinster youths all the way up under 18s and that kind of thing. So he's been
and the scrum half has a key role at this level, I think.
And he's really kind of grown into the role of captain as well too this year.
That's missed at the tail. Gathered there by Ashbourne. Donald Crotty taking it on. Jeff Mahon. Solid defence there by Enniscorthy. Gavin Kennedy, but that's got knocked on there.
This is danger.
Adam Martin unfortunately knocking that one in. Kick deep. That's well taken, and it's good chase by Mitchell O'Mara.
Mitchell's got plenty of pace. Just slow down to the tackle.
That's clever by the open side. Rooney there to take in space vacated by Mitchell. And that's
Casey
super
Dunn.
running by Casey Dunn. Can he find Rooney?
Go
Yes,
on,
he can.
James.
Can he make the line? He's looking good. Oh, it's a super tackle, but he's made it, I think, just into the corner. That is a fabulous score. Referee's giving it. There's no TMO.
James Rooney, great link-up play.
Well, do you know, that was very clever, because when Mitchell O'Mara got involved in the play, James Rooney dropped out wide, and there was a shout from the sideline to tell him to stay wide.
Absolutely.
So when the ball was kicked deep to Casey Dunn, who made a great break, lovely dummy, he was able to find James Rooney still wide, but he showed great pace and no little commitment to go over the tackle.
Well, Casey Dunn took the ball on really well, and obviously he's paying for it now with a big tackle on him as he offloaded. Medics are just checking to make sure that he's okay. Casey's a tough character. Plays a bit of rugby league as well too for Ireland.
Yes, you were saying there's a couple of lads in Ashbourne that have played a bit with the
Well,
rugby
there
league.
seems to be a bit of rugby league up around the north, the province, and a couple of them play it. But Casey would be fundamentally a union player who plays a bit of league, if you understand. I mean, played a bit with Navan in time. He's from Duleek, and
He actually made that try,
He did,
Bill,
yeah.
because he got. If you're in the squad,
And that is a fine strike, but just drifts away at the end by Gavin Kennedy. So the score remains 11 points to 7 to Ashbourne. And lads, I thought Enniscorthy were the ones that were supposed to be doing all the flash stuff out wide.
But as you said, Donald has just come back into the back line, which has allowed Adam Martin move into the centre. And Dermot O'Reilly has just come back after kind of a long layoff. He was playing Gaelic and living away from the town for a while. So it's allowed us a bit more versatility in the back line to use some of the pace that's there. Sean Kent.
Smash and take, and again a lovely little offload. Breaks put on there by Jack O'Brien.
19 years of age, playing his first season at first team level.
Jeff Mann taking that one up the middle. Need a clear out, that's well done. Gavin Kennedy again probes with that kick in behind.
Unlucky with the bounce.
Difficult bouncing ball. Oh, and that's a brilliant sidestep. It's Ivan Jacob.
Very dangerous.
This game is opening up very well, but that's knocked on. James Rooney now looks to find Gavin Dunn, Arthur Dunn rather. Again, Ashbourne looking to go wide. Nice offload. James McCahey taking that one in. Gavin Kennedy looking for a penalty with the hands going. Nothing doing though, says Robert O'Sullivan.
I think number 9 should be automatic referees.
And in the end, that's the side entry. Robert Sullivan again. And Enniscorthy looking to play quickly. Ivan Poole takes. Well hitting the tackle. Under pressure there. Nick Doyle. Thomas Stamp again.
numbers over here.
Beautiful line. It's going to go all the way. That is some score. Fury O'Neill, that is some score.
Very good score.
Again, it was the quick reaction, the quick movement. Ivan Poole using his old brain, took the ball, quick setup, and Ashbourne didn't regroup in time. And you know, when you think about Ashbourne, should have never lost that ball in that ruck that time.
No, but the game has gone mad the last few minutes. That's an
But isn't that
absolute
what we want to
scorcher of a
see?
try.
That's what we want to see.
It's
People
great.
running the ball
It's
and
fantastic
having a
stuff.
go. It's just a shame the scoreboard is the wrong side for Ashbourne, but anyway, long way to go yet.
Oh, there you go. Well, 12-11 is only but a point in it.
Yeah, difficult, but I would reckon Ivan would give this a good chance of getting this.
Well, fine kick if he does.
Yeah, but he's a fine kicker.
And what was interesting about that move was there was two forwards that threw out those two excellent passes that
was indeed.
eventually found their way.
That's right. Thomas, it was Nick Doyle and then Thomas Stamp, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Again, Thomas Stamp in open play has had quite an impact. Lads, you're going to have to shut up about the kicking, honestly.
When we were playing, if a forward threw a pass out, we'd be taken off.
Well, I've always wanted to do the what do they call it, the commentator's course.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a good match, isn't it?
Oh, this is a cracking game.
Well, I think it's all about advertising what a good game Leinster Junior Rugby is, and genuinely I see it week in, week out. And I think they give many a team in the Division 2C and the AIL a good run for their money.
Oh, popped out of it, knocked forward. So chance for Ashbourne to counter, but that's really good driving, tackling by Enniscorthy. 10 metres on that. They'll get the.
We didn't see that as a knock on. I thought Angelo Tedesco knocked that on, did he, or was it flung out of his hand?
I saw it as a knock on myself, but yeah, you're right. Robert Sullivan allowed to play on.
In fairness, the referee's keeping very much up with the game, so
Yeah.
you know. And he's got 2 able assistants on each side.
So we've just hit the 40 minutes mark. And it's been a hell of a first half.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to think 40 minutes have gone already.
I think, when Ashbourne reflect on it, they made a great start, the opening 15 minutes. And they probably should have, could have arguably had another score. And when we reflect, I know I've mentioned before, we reflect on that change and the drop of the wing in the first try. And
again, Ashbourne powerful drive, and that earns them a penalty.
And that's probably the first time we've really seen the drive come on straight and true,
Yeah. Penalty for dropping there on the tight side.
Has he got time?
What was that, about time?
Has he got time?
Oh, has he got time?
No,
I thought
it's
you were getting bullish there about time. I'll be refereeing the fight now, second half.
No, never a fight. This is junior rugby, and we're here to enjoy ourselves.
So Robert O'Sullivan blows up for the end of the first half, and what a first half has been. Enniscorthy leading by a single point, 12 points to 11. Do join us for the second half in a few minutes' time. You're very welcome back to Donnybrook for the second half of this All-Ireland Junior Cup final, sponsored by Ulster Bank. It's 11 points to Ashbourne, 12 points to Enniscorthy. We've had a smashing first half. Hopefully it can be sustained during the second.
Nice Spud's coming out to play, look.
That's the Enniscorthy director of rugby, Spud Murphy there. I hope he gets the weather. Never seen, I don't know when I last saw him in a pair of long trousers.
No, no, right. No, even you would see him up at training. He's coaching the under-19s as well. And no matter, coldest of nights, a pair of shorts.
Ashbourne taking a little longer in the dressing room. A bit more to discuss.
Well,
And here comes Ashbourne.
when you're playing a team like Enniscorthy, there's always a lot to discuss.
So back out come
No changes.
Ashbourne, led by Gavin Kennedy.
There's no changes in the Ashbourne team.
Just looking around, Bill saying no changes.
Yeah, I'll talk to you on the way home.
No changes with the referees either.
No.
It's getting cold though, isn't it?
It is cold, that's for sure.
It's Adam Martin kicking off for Ashbourne.
So hopefully, I'm not seeing any changes outside.
No changes. No changes in Ashbourne.
And hopefully no change to the quality of the fare on offer. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. Bit of a delay here. Not sure exactly what's holding them up. But Adam Martin will drop off. And as well taken
It's Jack O'Brien taking it on there.
was Jeff Mann, early involvement. Donald Crotty, ball taken back.
Sean Kent.
That looked like a bit of a
Turnover.
It is indeed turned over by Enniscorthy. It's slow to clear out there, Ashbourne.
The lights are on as well. We should add the floodlights.
Good tackle there on Casey Dunn.
Turnover again.
Bit of a hole opens there.
Jake Wall.
Kennedy. James Mackay taking that one on. But again turned over.
It's a mistake by James McCahey, really. He should have held on to the ball.
I'm just looking at James Rooney again filling in on the wing in defence. Intelligent player.
Well taken by Conor Hurley.
Side entry against Ashbourne. I think that was given against Conor Hurley.
Correct, yeah.
Ex St Mary's man.
Yeah, Conor played a lot of his early rugby in St Mary's, but he's lives in Meath, local.
It's a good attacking platform. Ivan Poole finding touch just on the 22.
Of course, you can't just keep turning ball over. You have to hold on to it.
So Davy Murphy to throw here. Shortened line out. Down to the tail, but that's pinched.
James Rooney again.
But pinched again by Enniscorthy. Oh, and that's a really good step. That was Greg Jacob.
They've numbers.
Him,
They've numbers.
and step back inside. Might have been better serve going wide with that, but that's knocked on. And that was a chance for Enniscorthy there.
Definitely a chance that they had a three-man overlap. Number 22 on for Enniscorthy.
Joe Carley, he's played under 18 for Ireland. He's 21, 22.
Just like his number.
What?
Just like his number 22.
Yeah.
Quite a prospect, Joe Carley, I believe.
Fine player, player.
Definitely won't weaken the team anyway.
Unusual to see Thomas Stam coming off. I don't ever remember him being substituted.
Possibly carrying an injury, is he?
He's done a lot of carrying today, so maybe it's just a rest.
Or carrying an injury.
Well, he must be carrying an injury. It's certainly hard to see the
his
logic of taking
performance.
him off. He's had a smashing game.
Another scrum hold up. They reset. The reset's the real phenomenon of the game now, isn't it?
It is, but I sense in the last year or two that the scrum it's been tidier the last year or two than it had been. God, there used to be so much of a game taken up, and that's early engagement again by Enniscorthy. So,
effectively, it's a way of starting the game, so it should be speeded up.
Yeah.
It's another way of starting the game, so it should be speeded up.
but it should. At the same time, you don't want to go all rugby league with it either.
No, but I was watching, funny enough, Phil Oren in a video from there's a club here, one of his old tapes one time on the thing there, and the speed of the scrums back in those days.
It was in and out.
In and out. You know.
I've always wanted to lead a movement for the return of Channel 1 ball. I don't understand why. What was so wrong with it? Oh, that's a brilliant inside ball. Ivan Jacob again.
Yeah.
Well, that was a beautiful move.
They have numbers again here.
Oh, and if he can get that away, Joe Carney, he's done very well. And that is a class tackle by Jack O'Brien.
And he got the second tackle in as well.
That was excellent play again. Ashbourne defending desperately, nearly on the wrong side of the ball, but getting away from it just in time. Ivan Jacob again, and that's Hugh O'Neill taking it on this time, just a matter of a couple of metres out now. Just taking it around the fringe, trying to eke out another yard or so. Daniel Pym getting in on the action. Popped, and that's very close again, just a metre now. They have numbers out, a lot of space. Can he get the one mass out? Oh, it's gone over his head. Ivan Jacob will take it though. Can he spin it? Yes, he gets around his man. Brilliant score again by Ivan Jacob. He's a bit of a try machine, this lad. And he did brilliantly well to gather that round James Rooney, I think it was.
In fairness to
top
James,
down to the corner.
In fairness to James, he was a 2-1 situation on it, and he did his best. But I always said to you at the start, their wingers out wide, they're deadly. I see a change here for Ashbourne coming in as well. Simon Davey is going to come on. I'm not
Dippy.
sure. Dippy, better known as everybody as Dippy. Carrying a bit of an injury, and Adam Sherrard is coming on as well too.
So that brings it out to 17-11 with the kick to come.
That was they nearly messed that up, didn't they?
Correct, yeah.
With the last
Just
pass.
the pace of Jacob, that's... Yeah.
I think he's done a lot of damage to us over the years. We think he's a great player.
Yeah. Just where the cameras are not on Bill's face and you're saying that.
I know, jokes aside, he's a quality player.
This is lovely, lads.
Listen, we know one another well enough over the years. That's the great thing about junior rugby as well too. It's the camaraderie between everybody.
Exactly,
you know. You play the game, you play hard, you play well, and then you.
Oh yeah. Ross Barbie been pressed into water duties there.
Jeff Mann is off for Simon Davey, and Mitchell O'Mara is coming off, and Adam Sherrard's coming on.
Again in that try, Bill, Ashbourne were a little bit sloppy in their defence again in that try. That danger could have been averted before the actual move took place.
In fairness, they're doing things that I haven't seen them doing all season, and maybe but look, you're up against the best.
But as well, though, you have to admire Enniscorthy held their width very well. The Ashbourne defence got a bit tight, as you do close to your line like that.
Well fielded by Gavin Kennedy there from a high ball.
Brilliant take that.
Under pressure. Alan Wall taking it on.
That's not rolling away after the tackle there. Alan Wall earning the penalty.
And in fairness, he could have given a penalty before that. Joe Carley came in from the side.
Yeah.
You've been way too nice to each other, lads.
Well, the referee was on the other side, but it was a penalty.
Yeah.
That's Gavin
Gavin's
Kennedy
got a bang
limping
again.
away from that.
And if you remember, he was down a bit in the first half.
Yeah.
He fell badly on his back. So all those injuries do, as the game progresses, as you know, all those injuries do take their toll.
Well, Casey Dunn has taken over the kicking for this one. Well, they're going for goal.
He's more the long range specialist, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'd say
Kicker, Bill.
he is, and just Gavin obviously needs a bit of time to recover as well too. But yeah, Casey would be.
Yeah.
I watched
on his
him
day.
actually. He took a few in before the kick off, and I was watching him. He's a beautiful striker.
See the style I was telling you, the torpedo style. It's
Oh yeah, it's the rugby league influence.
well, I think some kickers still go for that style as
Players
well
did it
too.
years ago.
Yeah,
There was an
yeah.
international out half used to do it. Scottish out half. I think John Rutherford was it?
Yeah,
Do you remember Alan Martin,
I do.
the Welsh second row? He used it with the toe, the
I met
torpedo.
him once and
That has the length, but not
No,
quite the
just-
accuracy.
just to the right.
fraction to the right.
just to the right.
met Alan Martin once, and like all big players, I had a crick in my neck looking up at him. Another sub for Ashbourne.
Kieran Roach is coming on. I would say Mark Behan has gone off, so he'll go into the front row. Kieran Roach will go in the front row, number 18.
That's like for like. Gavin Kennedy has recovered well enough to feel that. Oh, taps. Little dink, but that's knocked on. I thought he might pay a
Penalty.
price for that. It's
Accidentally
offside, yeah. Knocked on and then played by the man in front.
I'm not so sure about Enniscorthy's tactics of going long from the dropout. It hasn't really worked for them.
No, it hasn't really, no.
No. Well, on a wet, windy day, you might say so, but that's not in, is it?
Oh,
That
and he's
is, yeah,
just made
sorry.
touch with that.
That wasn't the best strike of the day.
No. Lucky there wasn't a man on the touchline.
No.
Nevertheless, a promising attacking position. Second half, they haven't really had much of a platform to attack off.
No. Well, not for Ashbourne anyway, in a sense.
So James McCahey. Throw
Went-
goes to the tail.
Conor Hurley, fielded.
Taken. James Rooney pops it, and that's gone wide. That's a lovely ball. Donald Crotty rather.
I should have kept going.
Arthur
Dermot
Dunn
Kilreevy.
taking it in. There was a chance there, you thought.
Good.
Again, McCahey, and that's very well, cleverly spun out of that by Jake Wall. Oh, kick came in there. Didn't connect with anything, thank God.
Casey Dunn.
Casey Dunn again, and good involvement. Real opportunity here for Ashbourne. And that is
No,
just
great
gone for the
defence
line
from
again, but
Enniscorthy.
held up by Enniscorthy, yeah. Again, they go for the line. Arm
Try
was
for
in
Ash-
the air. They've done it. Can't quite make out who it is from here just yet. Number 8, so it was Jake Wall.
I think it's Kieran Roach actually got the touchdown.
Kieran Roach, was it? Yeah.
Kieran Roach, I believe. Or Jake Wall, I'm not sure. I'm be honest with you, I don't know.
Bit of a dispute here. It was either Jake Wall
Or Kieran
or
Roach.
Kieran Roach.
It was the number 8, yeah.
Well, we'll go with Liam.
I thought it was Bill. I
Yeah,
thought it was number 8 that
it's
was
just I
last
saw
man.
Kieran Roach being conquered.
Yeah.
Go with Jake Wall.
They'll look up at us anyway if we.
Oh,
get
they
it wrong.
will. There'll be an analysis after it.
Well, whoever it was, it's brought the score back to 17 points to 6
With a kick to
in
come.
favour of Enniscorthy, but this could give the lead to Ashbourne.
And it's great to see such a close game in an event like this. Just as well, my heart's beating though.
Good strike. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, that, if it comes down to that, that's going to be a sickener.
Try for Ashbourne, scored by number 8, Jake Wall. The score is now Ashbourne 16, Enniscorthy 17.
So the bare minimum between them, just 52 minutes gone. And I have to say, I was worried the second half wouldn't live up to the first, but this has been just as good.
Absolutely, yeah. Both teams going for it, and as Bill said, it's a great competition because you're not worried about the league today, you're not worried about Towns Cup, so both teams wanting to win.
You're not worried about bonus points, you're not worried about club position. It's winner take all.
Just about a cup.
It's a winner take all.
Yeah.
And it's a terrific competition, started by the IRFU way back in 2006. Rainey Old Boys were the first winners, so it's a good competition.
Yeah, there's a great outside of Enniscorthy in the southeast. It's a great reputation up in the northeast with Navan and Dundalk also winners of the cup as well too, and so we all want to aspire to be like our neighbours.
Again, good ball off the top. Enniscorthy punched up the middle.
And I noticed that Enniscorthy made a change at scrum half. Arthur Dunn, who normally plays there, has gone in there, and Evan Lett has gone to the wing.
But that'll be a normal start in scrum half, in fairness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel Kim pops that one out. He's playing scrum half there.
Multi-talented.
Nick Doyle.
Turnover.
A bit of Nakarawa effort there, but didn't
Simon
quite
Deedy on
work
the ball.
out.
Yeah.
That's penalised, not rolling away.
Sin bin.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to have a word here. I think it's just going to remain a word rather than a card.
I genuinely have a problem with cards being given in the middle of the field. I think cards are perfectly legitimate 30 metres on the line, but
it was just the way he kind of took it. I thought he was reaching his pocket, you know. But
Cameron Kennedy punches that one down the line.
It's into somebody's back garden.
Well, that's the ball for the builders. The builders will be there Monday.
It's a long way to the back gardens.
It could be in the Dodder.
So James McClaggy to throw. Again, shortened line out. And it looks a bit crooked, but it's actually points back. The referee's letting it play.
Nice.
Gavin Kennedy again. That educated left foot pokes it right into the corner. It's a beautiful
well done,
kick.
Gavin. In fairness, he's kicking off both legs, which is great.
I was just about to say, because he was off the right in the first half more so, and again equally effective.
A good scrum half has to be able to use both feet.
No, but you don't see it that often, do you?
No.
Actually, it remains one of the. I'm astonished at how so many professional out halves cannot kick off both feet.
No.
Which makes Johnny Wilkinson. That's a clever line out. Make Johnny Wilkinson stand out.
Absolutely. And of course, we remember Johnny Wilkinson started on the wing, made his debut against Ireland in Lansdowne Road, Old Lansdowne Road on the wing.
Come on.
Lalio beat us on his own.
This is like mastermind, isn't it?
I'm going to check that one afterwards, you know.
Yeah, hang on, I'm online here now. I'm checking.
Answers.
19 actually.
If anybody has proof of that, send it to us on tweet.
Yeah, do a tweet quickly.
Penalty against Enniscorthy, taking the man's arm in the air.
Yeah.
So a chance again for Ashbourne to take the lead, as they elect to go for the post.
Absolutely. And that's the funny about this kind of game. It's all about the score. It's not about bonus points or how many penalties you can or tries you can score. And so the pressure builds on the kicker when it later gets in the game as well too, in fairness.
I always fancied that this game would come down to the wire because Ashbourne are safe in the league.
Yeah.
Still with a chance in the Towns Cup. Enniscorthy, I know, are at the top of the league. Maybe without any disrespect to their opponents, have a different priority maybe for the end of the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it was always going to be a close game between the two because of that.
All we'd like to do now is meet again in the Towns Cup final.
Donnybrook.
Well, on the base of this would be a hell of a final. Gavin Kennedy, again good strike. The crowd will tell you that one's over. Flags go up. Ashbourne go into the lead. 19 points to 7.
There's absolutely nothing in this game.
Tony White on instead of Paddy Waters.
So Paddy Waters is off for the second time in the game. Replaced by Tony White.
I'm just wondering, is there a concern? He was spoken to by the referee again, having been sin binned in the first half. I just wonder, is there something in, might be something in that?
Well, he made some impact when he was on for the last 10 minutes.
He certainly did the first time, but that's a mistake there by Enniscorthy. Ivan Poole on the restart.
Doesn't make many.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to run into the number 18 in the dark night. He's a big man.
It's actually terrific to see young fellas like that now playing in the front row, because it was generally perceived that you had to be 26, 27.
Yep.
You know, we see Tyke Furlong was another at a very young age to be a tight head international prop.
Good man from New Ross.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Campile.
Oh, Bay, yeah. I knew if I said something I'd get a right history. It's his neck of the woods, you see.
Claim to fame, only they kill me for saying it, is the Germans dropped the bomb there in the Second World War in Campile.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that got to do with Tig?
No, I don't know.
He's a great character.
Did they give any explanation for that? Why were they singled out Campile?
They think they were on their way back and missed, just dropping
shedding cargo,
shedding the load
yeah.
and misjudged that they were. It'd be very close to the coast, Campile, the Ross area, so that they think that that's what happened.
But it's great to see players like that coming from club rugby into the Leinster setup, the likes of him, Carberry, Lockman, these kind of guys.
It can't be overstated the influence of Declan O'Brien in spotting the likes of Tyke as well. He's done a terrific job.
Yeah.
Not just for Enniscorthy, but other clubs in the area. That's why it's important to have somebody like him in those areas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But sure, Declan's a legend. Again, we used that word twice today here, but
like a few legends.
No, but like in fairness, he played up to, was it the year you won the Towns Cup 2 years ago? And
really he shouldn't have been playing, because he was a great Leinster player, over 50 caps, had to retire because of injury, and then continued to play at junior level.
And a late starter, he only started playing the game about 18.
He won an intermediate hurling medal, would you believe it, with his sub Shamrocks and Enniscorthy, and he was a late arrival at rugby. Yeah.
My speciality is Enniscorthy sports stars. Can you start the clock now?
And Second World War bombing raids.
I think
in the Wexford area.
I think we should mention that there's a
name?
penalty from the halfway line.
Relive.
No, just missed. Casey Dunn off the upright.
The post. That's a big kick from Nick Doyle. Casey Dunn 6-1 up in the air. Small bit of obstruction, but referee is happy with it.
Casey.
Yeah, and Enniscorthy looking to go wide. There is space behind if they can get the ball wide. And they can indeed. And that's a despairing top tackle, doesn't quite make it. Is he taken out of the ball? The referee seems happy. That was a rather awkward looking clearance there, but it's away.
The difference today is they would have gone to the TMO if that was.
I thought it was the timing was just about okay myself.
Well, what you expect me to comment?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's what you're here for.
Marginal. But genuine, it's one of those ones you could go either way on the day.
Most of those are marginal anyway.
I think the great advantage about these is from the referees is the fact that you have the second guy on line, and that does help them.
And it's already brought Thomas Stamp back on. Joe Bulmer, who is actually the only outside player on the team playing, has come off. He's player coach this year. He's a Welshman.
It's a feature of the Enniscorthy side that your coaches are your players. So you have two player coaches.
He's a Welshman, is he? I didn't know that.
It's taken on there by David Murphy. Again, good attacking position for Enniscorthy as they bid to change the scoreline again. Nick Doyle again, he's been very involved in the open play. Angelo Tedisco taking that one on. Daniel Pym. From the stamp again, involved. Checked back inside by Ivan Poole. But there's no gain from there. And that was falling on the wrong side of it was Jake Wall.
Very kickable position as well.
So it looks like we may have another change of leadership.
It's extremely tight.
It is. It's.
I'm so nervous here.
It's on the knife. It's on the edge of a knife. This one.
Yeah. Well, in fairness to the sponsors, Ulster Bank, I would imagine they're very pleased with this final because it's something that it's something everybody can enjoy and watch. And I hope that the people out there watching it are enjoying it as well because it's definitely biting my nails anyway. At least I can't go grey.
That's true. But the big day, Ashbourne haven't won this trophy before.
No, it would be brilliant for us. So your second year in it. Last year was the first year we qualified. So Ivan Poole taking the kick.
So safely knocked over by Ivan Poole. Brings the score to Enniscorthy 20, Ashbourne 19. So 64 minutes on the clock, and this is building to a fairly riveting conclusion, you have to say.
There will be more scores, won't there?
It would be extraordinary if there weren't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe Carley again making an impression there. Kicked by Ivan Poole. Is it too far? Oh, it's not. Pusher says that's okay.
Well played, Dermot Culreevy.
That was.
Let's hope they can
Culreevy
keep the ball now.
To keep that in play. Jake Wall, that's a real good burst.
Miss Simon Davey.
Dippy, lovely little offload. Mark Bean taking that on. 17 is Dippy again. Couple of involvements. That's a lovely spin pass there by
Sean Kent.
Dermot.
Sean Kent's on the ball.
Sean Kent on it, yeah.
Sorry. Donald Crotty taking it on.
Good passage of play this by Ashbourne. Kennedy now.
James Mackay.
Gavin Kennedy getting a bit interfered with, but free in the hands. Jake Wall taking it on. Joe Carley holding him up well. Pop back inside. Simon Davey. Slowed down by Enniscorthy. Again, Ashbourne come at them.
He's isolated though. Cleared through.
James Clahy. Again, very prominent. That's a big hit there on Donald Crotty.
Gavin Kennedy's taking into contact again, setting it up. Alan Wall taking it on. Building slowly.
Sustained pressure here. This has gone maybe 60 metres over this.
Simon Davey on the ball.
Simon Davey is quite a try scorer, you were saying, Bill.
He is indeed. I'm carrying a bit of an injury into the game today, but really wants to play, and it's great to see that. And probably not seeing the best of him today, but
and that's through Gavin Kennedy, just a couple of metres away. Good counter rucking though by Enniscorthy. Driving back just a couple of crucial metres. Again, strong defence around the fringes. And earns the penalty. Holding on after the tackle. That could be a big moment.
Yeah, I think Gavin mightn't have been the best decision from Gavin that time to go. If he had been closer to the line, it would have been, but it mightn't have been the best decision at that time. But then, as I say, the best games are played up here, aren't they?
It's true enough, but in fairness, he's taking the responsibility as a captain and probably trying it done his best. But
there was a little bit of a gap he got through, but he then got a little bit isolated, all right?
No.
There's just one player I really rate, it's Jack Jake Wall. I think he's a fabulous player, Bill.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's only 22, and he's come up to the ranks as well too. Again, his brother Alan is playing the front row, and he's just coming on each year. He's getting better and better and stronger, and becoming the real full back row player, if you know what I mean. And natural position is blind side, so playing number 8 wouldn't be his normal position.
McDonald taking that one out of the air. Getting a good rolling ball there. Enniscorthy. Ivan Poole steps back to kick down the short side. That's good footwork.
Adam Sherrard,
yeah, well played that man, and a good little run back. Beats the first man, buys a bit of time for his forwards to get to him. Ashbourne looking to take it around the fringe and then make it available. Donald Crotty has a little look himself. Good little burst, half through. No scrum half though. That allows Enniscorthy to come in. Nick Doyle away.
Oh, very exposed here.
Big space here. Evan Lett, can he win the battle for it? It's brilliantly done by Jack O'Brien. Great foot race there to get to it.
Absolutely. And for a young player to show a bit that cop on, not to infringe with the player and actually play the ball.
I think one significant change in Enniscorthy has made this work for them is switching Arthur Dunn into scrum half. I think there's a significant quicker ball and more accurate ball there, I think.
Yeah, changing the front row there for Ashbourne. Mark Bean comes back on. Kieran Roach goes off.
Was Ivan Poole right to kick that, or should he have kept that in hand?
Well, he did. He kicked the way he kicked it was right, because he kicked it into space and there was 2 players running on. It meant that Ashbourne had to turn. So I don't think it was a bad kick. No. I think Evan Lett was very unlucky. You know, he played it well because he could have fouled it. Evan Lett, he could have fouled the Ashbourne player. Yeah. And Evan is a fine player. You know, he's done a great job at scrum half for Enniscorthy over the years. But he tell you himself that he prefer. You know, he's not actually a scrum half, but he played a lot of rugby there.
Yeah,
and he took a break earlier in the season, and he's come back. So it's nice to see him out on the field again.
Yeah.
We nearly had a big moment there. That was a great race.
I'm not sure if Dougie is here today, but like they come from a great traditional Enniscorthy rugby family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dougie's his father is very much involved in the Leinster branch still in the southeast area.
His uncle Jack would have captained the Towns Cup team in 1960, I think, 61. 60.
See the way he opened up. We did this together before, wouldn't you? I knew that, you see, what I let him say.
I should don't remember that, Bill.
I do, actually, yeah. I read it in the match programme one day.
Great drive by Ashbourne again, wins the penalty. That's another big moment, you think, in this game, potentially.
Big 10 minutes there now, that's big 10 minutes.
They've had the upper hand in that scrum all day.
Not much of an angle there.
No, and
that's
not
on
a
the
great angle to begin with, but he did slice it a bit.
Well, that's on the 46A heading into town. Cleared the stadium onto the road.
The young fella's quick, he's gone off for that.
Actually, it's more fun watching the guy running across the road to collect the ball. Yes, he's going to touchdown. Line out.
Defensive clever again by Ashbourne. James McClary does well to head infield rather than get tackled into touch. Donald Crotty.
This is what I mean by him. Simon Davey,
that is.
But has he lost the ball?
No, I think they have it still. He's a powerful, strong man, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Crotty again out the back. Casey Dunn. It's good ambition from Ashbourne. Oh, beautiful ball, Donald Crotty. Simon Davey again.
That was Adam Sherrard actually.
Oh, Adam Sherrard, beg your pardon.
Now he's in trouble.
You have to give the Ashbourne forwards credit for that scrum because.
So Enniscorthy will be seen out the game for the last 8 minutes.
2 minutes on the clock, so chances are that's the rest of the game, down to 14.
I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, Greg Jacob.
He's a big loss.
Yeah, he's a significant loss as well.
He'll be one of the most influential players to him. Is he one of the coaches as well?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's your 3 coaches off the pitch, if you actually think about it, in fairness.
Yeah.
He doesn't look too happy coming off there, but they have a 1-point lead to defend for the remainder.
They're well capable of defenders, in fairness to them. Often raises a team as well, too, in fairness to them.
James McClahey again, James Rooney, Sean McCrotty,
Sean Kent
taking that one up the middle. Gavin Kennedy goes back. Oh, he came. Oh, that's a good hit. Dislodges the ball. Adam Martin goes back to regather, but it's given as a knock on in the tackle.
Another Ashbourne player down. Not sure who it is. Can't see the number.
I think it's Gavin down again, is it?
Yeah.
I hope for his sake it's not. He's been.
No, Gavin is there with the ball in his hand. No, it's James Rooney. Yeah.
I think he's been smashing actually today, James Rooney. It was a bit unfortunate to find himself having to mark Ivan Jacob out in the wing for the try. Did brilliantly well for his own try. Very good out of the line out. He's been clever in his defence. He's filled in on the wing quite often.
Well, the Rooney, I'll do my buddy's job here. Rooney's now. We actually our pitches are on the Rooney's land, and his brother Mark would have been on the Towns Cup with him, but they've been with the club since he came to us from Clongowes, and is a huge addition to the club. Great player.
I think if Ashbourne keep their composure, they're well capable of winning this game.
Oh, well, that's going again. Could be the winning of it for them again. They eke out a penalty, and this is kickable, and this is a pivotal moment with just 6 minutes to go and a bit of injury.
And it just shows you the difference in the game, because all season Simon would have been gone with that ball. Quick tap and gone. But obviously the importance of the kicks are, you have to win the game. Doesn't matter how flash it is, get the ball over the bar. It's the score at the end of the day. The year we won the Towns Cup when we bet Kilkenny in Tullow, it was 3-3 at the end of full time, and we won by 6 points to 3. And as somebody said, it was a terrible final. But I say to them, our name's on the cup, and that's all that matters in cup rugby. And you can't beat cup rugby. You know, something that over the league rugby any day.
Was great.
Be it for Leinster, be it for anybody.
Yeah. So Gavin Kennedy with a kick that could potentially win Ashbourne their first ever Junior Cup. All Ireland.
I know it's a bit. There's still 5 minutes to go, even if they just get it.
Good strike. It's over. It's over. Bill Duggan beside me looks up to heaven. A happy man.
Well,
just 5 minutes to go. 22-20 to Ashbourne.
It's now time for people to keep their heads, play the game in the other half of the pitch.
Again, rugby is filled with significant moments, and Ashbourne winning that, pushing Enniscorthy back on the try on the scrum down here was significant.
It was a huge moment, but that potentially is another big moment, because Donald Crotty's knocked on to give Enniscorthy a chance to get their hands on the ball and build a position from which they can win the game. As you say, Bill, there's maybe 6 or 7 minutes left in this, which is plenty of time given the way this has ebbed and flowed over the course of the game. Okay, so there's actually 5 minutes, we've been told, left.
By the official timekeeper.
So Gavin Dunn, Enniscorthy will look to get this one out quickly. Channel 1 ball, where is it?
Knock
backwards, play on. Ivan Poole plays it to Ivan Jacob. Gavin Dunn, Poole again. They have numbers wide, Enniscorthy.
They move this now.
Daniel Pym, pop ball.
It's that big man White again, is it?
Poole again. Davy Murphy.
Not making any ground though.
Forward.
Goes wide. That is forward. It was right on the halfway line, which made it easy for the referee. And in fairness, his position was very good.
You know, you're talking about big moments in the game, and I go back to, we were talking about that left-hand corner there, but young Jack O'Brien when he went back, and with the foot race, I mean, for a young head to have the cap on, not to actually it's so easy for guys to take a player out in that end of it, but in fairness to him.
Ronan Doyle, I think that is coming in.
Another big guy.
It's James Doyle.
Yeah.
James Doyle.
Obviously, growth hormones are available in Enniscorthy because these are all big guys you're bringing on. Donald Trump will be happy with you.
The new alpha male president of America.
I suppose we should say non-political at this point in time.
Lads, I can't believe you're thinking about this stuff. It's 3 minutes to go in a very exciting end game. Focus.
It's called trying to distract. You know.
I'm trying to distract Bill, and he's trying to distract me.
And I'm trying to distract myself.
Paddy Waters is back on as well. Yeah. Tony White, super sub, gets his 10 minutes. He's back off. Yeah.
So big scrum this.
Big scrum for both teams. Because and from the halfway line is kickable by Ivan, so from an Ashbourne perspective we have to defend from here out.
Ashbourne might look for the penalty here. There's only 7 men in against them.
I'd say Deevy will go.
It's popped by Deevy.
Straight in.
Adam Kennedy, a rare lapse with the boot. So it'll be Enniscorthy line out. We still have a lot of work to go just inside the Ashbourne half. James Doyle with the throw.
They'll have to compete at it.
Down to the tail, that's won by
James Rooney again.
James Rooney, yeah. And he managed to tap it over the head of the Enniscorthy. Fell it to his own man.
Conor Hurley takes it on. Retains possession. Sean Kent.
Sean Kent, that's a big hit and safely delivered back to earth.
And in fairness, he brought him down safely.
He did. Ivan Poole looking to get into the jackal position there. They're all involved. Gavin Dunn. Just hitting the 80-minute mark.
Yeah, and I think it's very important for Ashbourne now to play it clever.
I don't see this making its way past the out half over the next minute or two.
I certainly hope it doesn't. It's all about ball control.
And they're just picking and jamming and going, and it's clever stuff. That's what you do to win cup finals.
We're in a time handed on by the referee now.
So Ellen Wall taking that one around. This is very frustrating for Enniscorthy. They simply can't get their hands on the ball. Shades of Munster against Toulouse back in the Heineken Cup. It was 38, I think, phases on that day. This isn't quite there yet, but probably about halfway.
They're talking to the referee. The referee kicks.
That's it. Ball kicked out. Robert O'Sullivan blows the final whistle.
Thank you very much, Liam.
Yeah. To be fair, Ashbourne did enough. You know, it could have gone either way, but credit to Ashbourne. From the last time I saw them play in Enniscorthy, they've improved significantly today and played it very well. A couple of key players, scrum half, out half, very good. Back row, very good onto everything. And their pack, really, as a group, worked really well together. Particularly the scrums were significant today.
They were,
yeah. And in fairness, Liam, I think what hurt very hard for Ashbourne was that 19-3 reversal in Enniscorthy, and I think that's they knew it themselves. They'd let that one go, and the whole focus ever since then, once we got near the final, was look, we know we can win this game. The loss of Killian Lett, Ross Barber was huge for Enniscorthy. Nobody can underestimate that.
I'd say the sin bin at the end was significant as well.
Absolutely, you know. But look, that's the look of the draw on that end of it. And
it has to be stated, a fantastic game of rugby. Great advertisement for
absolute
junior
pleasure
rugby.
to watch that and commentate on it, and a brilliant advertisement for the junior game.
yeah, and I mean, in fairness, again, I'll say it to the sponsors, Ulster Bank, and for what they put on here today, I think both clubs will remember it for a long time. And this is what rugby is about. This is what junior rugby is about. And long may the competition continue.
You can see the emotion on the pitch, both sides of it. It's desolation for Enniscorthy, but a huge day for Ashbourne. It's their first ever All-Ireland Junior Cup win at just their second attempt.
Well, for the last 2 years, 3 years, from the Towns Cup in 2014 and then on to the Leinster League, it's been a roller coaster ride for them. And, and it's all about pushing on and pushing forward. Luckily enough, they don't have a game next weekend, so I'd say it could be a very long weekend in Ashbourne.
That's going to be a long weekend, that's for sure.
On that end of it.
And it takes two sides. Enniscorthy were brilliant today, in fairness, in terms of playing the game. They scored 3 tries, and a couple of crackers in that.
Just about share that one would be great.
Adrian, do you mind if I go down?
No, walk away, and congratulations, Bill. Enjoy the moment. Thanks. Cheers, Bill. So our thanks go to Bill Duggan. He's gone down to enjoy the moment with his club mates, and what a moment it is for them. Liam, disappointed for Enniscorthy.
Yeah, obviously, but look, it's nice to see sport going around as well. Enniscorthy have had a fantastic 5 years. Unlucky not to go senior last year. Still in with a chance of the league. Still in the Towns Cup. They'll regroup. Missing some players today, but they won't want to use that as an excuse either. You can't take anything away from Ashbourne, because we had a fabulous game of rugby, end-to-end stuff, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it could have gone either way.
Played in a brilliant spirit, not a bad blow.
And some wonderful skill on view. I know that you've been watching senior rugby all your life, but I'm one of these people that have been trying to push junior rugby. That's where a lot of guys started the rugby, and I think it's a far better game than it's often given credit for. I've seen it improve so much in the last 5 years, and we saw today the pace the game was being played at, and
it was, but it wasn't just the pace. There was
the quality of the skills as well.
A couple of absolutely cracking tries. I think back to James Rooney's try there off Casey Dunn's show and go and the break, and then the support and the pace to make it in the corner, and Ivan Jacobs' try was a cracker. I mean, it's very good skills, Yeah. So Enniscorthy will make their way over to acknowledge their fans. They're travelling support, and that's reciprocated. Generous applause. But as you say, Enniscorthy have a huge amount still to play for second position in the league, Towns Cup.
Yeah, they're 4 points behind Malahide, still in with it. Significantly, it's the last game of the league. And if they both get bonus points in their next game, it'll come down to the very last game. It's a club that was formed in 1912. It's had a proud tradition, but you'd have to give credit to Ashbourne today. They were, if Enniscorthy had won, you would have said they might have deserved to win at Ashbourne. It was that close game. And the scoreline would suggest that 22-20.
But Stephen Hilditch makes the presentation there. Gavin Kennedy receives the cup on behalf of Ashbourne.
I think there was no sin bins when Stephen was refereeing, was there?
You're right, but you're going back a bit. So the Ulster Bank All-Ireland Junior Cup goes to a very happy and jubilant Ashbourne. Happiness is. Great scenes.
And they definitely would have come into this game today as underdogs. By virtue
no question.
Yeah, the last time they beat Enniscorthy was the Cup semi-final in 2013, and Enniscorthy have been one of their bogey teams, so from Ashbourne's point of view, it's great to see them celebrate. I'd say there'll be no work done in Ashbourne for a week.
Not at all, no. So again, thank you for joining us today. It's been an absolutely smashing event, this Ulster Bank All-Ireland Junior Cup. Our heartiest of congratulations to Ashbourne, winners of an absolutely superb game of rugby. Our commiserations go to Enniscorthy, who have been absolutely brilliant, played the game the way it should be, and should be very proud of the way they've conducted themselves and played. My thanks go to Liam Spratt from Enniscorthy, and also to Bill Duggan, who joined us on commentary. And we leave you just with the scenes of a very happy, jubilant Ashbourne team.